Hi guys, Dr. Demetria Lambert here. So I am so tired. I had some things that I was doing on Monday, and when I got home Monday evening, I decided to do something different with my business because we launched a new product, and so I wanted to just make a quick live about that. But for some reason, my live video did not post. So I said, well, maybe I'll just make some type of a promo video. But anyway, I worked on that, and then that led into something else, and then that led into something else. And before I knew it, man, it was like 11 p.m., midnight. And I just kept working. And even though I finished the project I initially worked on, I kept thinking about other things that I could work on. Before I knew it, it was 6 a.m. So actually, it was 5 a.m. So my husband got up and he got ready to go to work, and he was like, hey, you're up early. What time did you go to bed? And I was like, well, I haven't been to bed. He's like, you've been in here working all night? Because he was in the kitchen. He came into the office, and I was like, yeah, I've been here all night. So I just said all that to say, sometimes when we start a business, or you start out trying to do network marketing, or you start out trying to sell jewelry, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, it's very exciting at first, and then sometimes you can feel like it's tedious, like, maybe I'm not getting what they said that I would get from this opportunity. But I think that's because a lot of times we don't look at it and we don't have the right perspective. Your perspective means everything. Your perspective and how you view things means everything. So the first thing I know is that I can do whatever I set my mind to do. I can do whatever I set my mind to do. I can accomplish that thing. And so just knowing that alone, I already know I'm set up for success. I already know I'm set up for success. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to immediately be profitable. It doesn't mean that the first thing that I try is going to succeed. It doesn't mean that every step that I take is going to be the right step. There may be some missteps. There may be some unsuccessful ideas. However, it doesn't mean that overall that I won't be successful. I'm set up to win. That's how I was created. I'm set up to win. Whatever I put my mind to, whatever I say that I am going to do, I am going to do that thing. Okay? I already know that. It just takes will, determination, a little bit of effort, sometimes a lot of effort. But if you break that big effort down into small pieces, it's just a little bit of effort. And it takes consistency. And because I know that and I look at it from that perspective, it makes working my business a joy. So when my husband left, then my children got up. So my 4-year-old got up and she came into the office. She was like, Mommy, I want to sit in your lap. And I was, I hate that I did this, but I was like, you don't want to go back. Don't you want to go back to bed? Because I still wanted to work, but I put her in my lap and we snuggled and had some morning time, and she went back to sleep. So I went and dropped her back off in the bed. And I continued to work. And then later on in the day, I did feel sleepy. You know what? I didn't feel sleepy. I felt tired, but I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't sleepy after that time for that REM cycle to kick in. After that passed the night before, I wasn't sleepy anymore. So when the next day came, I thought, oh, I'll take a nap during the day and then I'll be okay. I didn't even want a nap. I didn't go to bed last night until probably 10:30. Because crazy enough, when my day was over, I remembered that I had another course that I needed to do some voiceovers on. Oh gosh, sorry about that. I am actually in my bed, and I'll tell you why in a second. I remembered that I had another course that I needed to do some voiceovers on because I needed to move it from the Teachable platform to my website. So because my house was full of people, I actually went in my car. I went into my car and I pulled out into the driveway in case anyone came into the garage to do anything, so that I could have a quiet environment. And I pulled my notes up on one computer, and I pulled the presentation up on my Mac because I was sharing my screen, so I didn't want anything else on there. And I recorded that in my car last night. And before I went to bed, I posted it on my website with the price, So I'm looking crazy. Well, I haven't had any sleep. Okay, so just looking at myself like, ooh, I look like I haven't had any sleep. So anyway, I said all that to say. So then I came home this afternoon and I asked my husband to pick up the 4-year-old from school because I said I want to come home and take a nap because I have a call at 6:30 that I need to take for a prospective new client. And so when they call, I just want to be awake and alert. So I want to go take a nap. So when I came home, I got myself together and I came to lie down in my bed. Okay, see, there's a headboard. I'm in my bed. I couldn't go to sleep because before I got out of the car, I started watching something that was going to benefit me in my business, and I couldn't stop watching it. It was such good content. And so I continued to watch that, and then that video led to another video, and that video led to another video, and I started taking notes in my phone, and I was taking notes. Hi, Ella. I was taking notes, and and I couldn't stop watching. So when you have in your mind that you are going to be a success, that there's no way that you can fail because that is how you were created, it makes your work a joy. It makes it a pleasure to do. It makes it a pleasure to do. So even though I haven't had any sleep, I didn't have sleep for like 36 hours, and then I worked I worked all day today. So last night I went to bed around 10:30, but I woke up around 4. So I really didn't have too much sleep. Hey, honey pie. I didn't have too much sleep, but man, I woke up this morning. I felt energized. I had a great day today. So even though I tried to take a nap this afternoon, I still couldn't sleep. I'm going to start preparing in a few minutes for my next business call for my next client. But man, if you're a beginning entrepreneur and you have started a business and you feel discouraged or you feel like, man, this is harder than I thought it was, I want you to change your mindset. You have got to change your mindset. You are a success. You are already a success. You are created a success. If you believe in God, if you believe that there is a creator and that creator created you and the power of that creator is on the inside of you, then you're an heir to everything that creator has, which means there is no failure. If there's no failure in God, then there's no failure in you. It doesn't mean that you won't have some stumbling blocks. It doesn't mean that you won't have some obstacles. It doesn't mean that you won't have some learning curves. Those things are going to exist, but guess what? You are more than well able to conquer them all. It just takes some stick-to-itiveness, and you have got to be persistent. Where we fail is when things get hard, we want to just give up. You cannot do that. And man, this fire on the inside of me for this business, man, it is burning bright. Just last night, I got so many emails from people saying, oh man, I've been wanting to do that. I'm so excited about your course. Now, here's the other thing. When you find something that is going to help you, you need to be willing to invest in yourself. You need to be willing to invest in yourself. We will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a college degree that we never use. But then when someone gets ready to provide a service or a product for us that's only a few $100s, less than $1,000, we want to nickel and dime and say, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. You can't afford to make your life better. You can't afford to invest in yourself. You can't afford to learn a skill that you've always been wanting to learn. You can't afford to make more money. If you say, oh, I have kids, I have a family, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that, you're precisely the person that needs that, because it's going to free you up to have more time and more money for your kids and your family, etc., etc. So we need to change our mindset and how we see things, how we view things, okay? How we view things. You have got to change your mindset. If you believe that it only takes the faith of a mustard seed to move a mountain, if you believe that, then God, surely on the inside of you, you have more faith than a mustard seed. And even if you only have mustard seed sized faith, you can still move Mount Everest. You can still do it. You have got to believe in yourself. And here's the other thing. You have got to believe in yourself more than other people believe in you. You can't allow other people's hype to be what drives you. You can't allow likes and subscriptions to be what drives you. That might drive the finances of your business, but it can't be what drives you, because people will like you today and hate your guts tomorrow. People will be cheering you on today and calling you a genius and calling you an idiot tomorrow. People will say you're not qualified for this. People will say you're qualified for this today and turn around and talk about how unqualified you are tomorrow. So you cannot allow people's opinion of you to drive the motivation on the inside of you to have a better life, to run a successful business, or to do anything. You have got to want it for yourself, and you've got to want it for yourself more than other people want it for you, okay? Because at the end of the day, those people, they're not going to be there. It's just going to be you and that work, okay? And if you don't have enough on the inside of you to keep it going, honey, God help you. God help you. So what I'm telling you today is you need to make sure that your mindset is in a place of abundance. Your mindset is in a place of sustainability, consistency. Your mindset is in a place of I am and I can. First, I am, because you have to be a thing before you can do a thing. I am a success, therefore I can be a success. I am an entrepreneur, therefore I can be an entrepreneur. I am a successful business owner, therefore I can be a successful business owner. You have got to be that thing before you can do that thing. So first, the I am, and then I do, okay? And you have to have faith and know in your heart that you are everything that you believe that you are, and that you can do everything that you put your mind to. That is how you make yourself have joy in your business. That is how you can make sure that you have joy in doing what it is that you say that you want to do as an entrepreneur and as a new business owner. I don't care if you sell jewelry. My sister-in-law, just a small story. My sister-in-law, she I think it's just the way her face is made. She always smiles. I mean, it's just like she could be saying, "Ooh, I don't like that," and she still smiles. She is still smiling. Her smile is so infectious. I mean, you cannot, if you're around her and you have something tart to say, which I quite often probably have something tart to say, her smile, I mean, it kind of makes you feel bad because she's always smiling. So when she has her Sunday night paparazzi jewelry, I purchased so much jewelry from her. I purchased these beautiful earrings that I have on today from her. I paired them with this beautiful necklace that I bought from her. If you can see it, it's gorgeous. It's a solid on the back, and it's like a clear teardrop on the front. It's gorgeous. And these, they didn't come together, but I paired them together. Now this is very ritzy, but I paired it with a casual outfit, and it pulled the earrings down. I buy so many things from her, but just because her attitude is infectious, her smile is infectious. And let me tell you something. If you have passion about what you do, people will purchase from you, buy your goods and services. They may not even need what you're selling. They may not even need it. But if you have passion for what you do, you can cause other people to have passion for what you do. I am passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about people who want to do online courses and they want to create online courses. I'm passionate about helping those people, so I created a course to teach them that. I'm passionate about holistic health because I've had so many health-related diseases. Sometimes people don't think of diabetes as a disease, but it is. And I want to make sure that I don't miss my call. So, okay, it's just 5:52. But it is. High cholesterol is a disease. Asthma is not a disease, but it's a terrible health condition. Fibroids, Graves' disease that I had, all just from poor choices. But I am passionate about helping other people, so I created courses and I created a school to help people with those things, and I do private coaching to help people with those things because I'm passionate about it. Now I can't give away my time for free, so of course I created a business so that I can trade my services for money so I can support my family. But I'm passionate about those things, and because I'm passionate about those things, even if I'm tired, I will do it. I will do it anyway because I'm passionate about it. And you can't, there's no other greater joy to know that something that you love or something that you've wanted to do has helped someone else. I mean, it's just it's infectious. It's infectious. And you know what this has also done? Okay, so I've been a singer my almost my entire life. Well, really my whole entire life. So I'm sang all over the place, okay? All over the world. And I recently, in the last few years, I've stopped singing because I won't go into detail here. I might go into it another time. But something happens and to me, and I just stopped singing. But man, starting this business has put a passion. Let me even back up and go further to say, I didn't just stop singing. I lost my song. I lost that song in my heart that I would sing all the time. I would hum all the time. I would have joy in my heart all the time. Even if I felt bad, I would sing and make myself feel better. My grandma used to always tell me, if you don't feel good or if you feel sad, because I used to call her early on in my marriage when I was just young and dumb and just doing all kind of crazy stuff. I would call my grandma Ada all the time and say, Granny, this happened, he did this, and Granny, this happened, and I did this. And she would say, okay, and she would always tell me to sing. She would always tell me to sing. And of course, she was always a big advocate for not arguing, but she would always tell me to sing. But for a while here in the last few years, I really lost my song. I didn't want to sing. I didn't want to, and I didn't. I didn't sing at all. And so it really, if anybody who knows me personally knows that if I say that I didn't want to sing, something seriously was wrong. Like, that is not me at all. And so starting this business, man, this online business has really done something to me, because one of the main focuses of the company in the next series we're going to put out, there's going to be a book and a course series to go along with it, and of course I'm always available for speaking engagements. It's called Faith to Move Mountains. And what it has taught me is I don't need anyone else's validation, permission to be the fabulous, wonderful, magnificent queen and wonderful specimen of a human being that the Creator made me to be, that God made me to be. I am more than enough. And whatever it is that I have to offer, if you don't want it, somebody wants it. If you don't want my expertise, somebody else will want it. If you don't see the value in me, it doesn't mean that I don't have value. It's just that you're too blind to see it. And starting this company has helped me to see the value in what I have to offer again. I've always had always thought, well, I can't say that I've always had a high opinion of myself, but because there are lots of things that I used to not like about myself. However, I always thought that I could do anything or be anything. Like, I always thought, like, if I want to be a singer, I can be a singer. If I want to be a musician, I can be a musician. I wasn't even the world's best musician, but I got hired for a lot of gigs. I played at plenty of events, just a bunch of stuff. And I don't mean just singing, like playing too. My piano playing sucks now, but I used to be great. But when that thing happened to me a few years ago, I questioned myself. But then starting this company, I began to realize it wasn't for me to question myself. It was for me to discover myself and to discover all the gifts and talents that I had inside of me that I didn't even realize, and that I could be utilizing to do far greater things than what I would have been able to do had I stayed in a place where I was. When I work on something, I'm very faithful to that thing. So the place where I was, if I had stayed there, I would have devoted all my time and energy to that instead of devoting all my time and energy to my family. And in the meantime, I had a baby. To my family, to my baby, to my business. And what I'm doing now, I would not be doing had that thing not happened. So you have to learn to value yourself more than other people value you. And you have to believe that you are a person of worth and that you can be anything that you set your mind to. Knowing going into a thing that you are going to be a success, even though it might take a while, even though you might go a year or two and you don't make the profits you want to make. But if you know from the outset that you're going to be a success, who wouldn't stick with the plan? You're going to stick with the plan. If somebody told you, if you start this small business, so there's a certain product that we're also going to start selling in the next few months. And it's something that my husband had been wanting to do for a long time, but he wanted to buy this big machine to do it and do all this stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about all that. So whatever he said, I was just like, okay, babe, whatever, I just went with it because I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Now that I've started my company, I want to do that thing as well. However, I'm going about it a different way. And it might take me a little longer to accomplish what I want to accomplish. But if I know from the beginning, from day one, that I'm going to make a lot of money doing that and I'm going to be a success, even if I only make $100 the first year, do you think I'm going to quit? No, I'm not going to quit if I already know in my mind that 2 years from now, that thing is going to be pulling in thousands and millions. If I already know that, why would I quit? And that's what we need to make sure that we understand. You are destined for success. If you believe in God and you believe God is the creator of the universe, or some people say he's the some people say, what's the saying? Okay, that okay, so if people refer to God as the king and you're an heir to the king, that means everything the king has, you have. So if God is the king and God owns everything, then you own everything. You might not know quite yet how to obtain it, because if your dad is the king and you're not going to get everything he has at 5 years old, at 10 years old, at 15 years old, because you're not mature enough to handle it yet. But when you position yourself and you learn and you equip yourself, you're still an heir, even though you're underage and you're immature. But when you become of age, when you become mature, when you get to the stage where you can handle the inheritance is yours. Now, it was always yours. It's just that you couldn't obtain it because you didn't have the right mindset, the maturity. You didn't have the right skill sets, okay, because you had not the knowledge. But when you become of age, you can obtain that inheritance that was already yours. It's like seeing it and then having it manifest and having it come into fruition. So if you already know that, then man, you're not going to leave your father, say, I'm leaving this place and I disown you. You're not my father. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. And that's how we sound when we start a business, but we don't put the effort into it. We don't follow up on it. We don't put the time into it that we should have. Why? Because we don't understand what is already ours, and we also don't understand the power that we have inside to create whatever we want in life, to manifest whatever dreams that we have. If the thought comes to your mind, it can be created. If the thought comes to your mind, it can be done. Nothing that comes to your mind is impossible, because everything that is ever created starts with a thought. You were a thought before you were even conceived in your mother's womb. Everything is a thought. So, to get joy out of your small business, if you're a beginning entrepreneur, and to get joy out of that, to stay with it with the long haul, and to understand that that thing can lead you to a lifestyle of your dreams, to where you don't have to trade your time for money, and to where you can live the life that you've always wanted, you need to understand who you are, what you are, and the power that you have, and to know that you are already a success. So I haven't had any sleep, but I did make myself a yummy smoothie to give me lots of energy before I get on this call with my new clients. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you got something out of it. Please comment below if you watch this later. Oh, one more thing, guys. One more thing. I want to host a beginning entrepreneurs meetup. I would like to hold it at True Food Kitchen at the end of February or the beginning of March. If you are interested in coming, please let me know. And let me know if you want to meet on February 23rd or March 2nd. I haven't created the event yet. I just want to see who's interested in coming or who would be willing to commit to coming. You know, it's a pay your own way. I'm not hosting to pay for everyone, but I wanted to host it in an environment where we could have healthy food, because I want to talk about that as well. That's also a part of my company. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is pioneering entrepreneurs, people who want to start online businesses. And if you've never thought about starting an online business, because guys, let me tell you something. Before my birthday last year, I never thought about having an online business. It didn't even cross my mind. Okay, it didn't even. You know what? It did cross my mind. Crossed my mind in 2017 when I started an online business, but I had no idea what I was doing. So in 2017, I had some clients. I made a little bit of money, but I didn't know what I was doing. But now that I do know a lot more, I just want to network with some people. We can talk, support each other, create a supportive group in the Metro Atlanta area. If you're in the Metro Atlanta area, and meet up at the True Food Kitchen at Lenox Square, either February 23rd or March 2nd. It'll be around 5:30 p.m. So let me know if you're interested in going. Let me know also in the comments which date is best for you. So when I make the reservation, I will know whichever date gets the most coverage. I will pick that date. And Ella, if you see some of our sorors, please pass on the message, because I know a lot of people may not watch this video. And share this video, please. If you're watching, share this video. If you know someone who wants to start a small business, if they want to start a small business online, they don't know where to start, they don't know what to do, or they feel discouraged, and they just feel like, man, something has to be better than this. They're working a regular job and they just want to get out of the rat race, and they just are feeling very, very stuck. Send them over to me. Tell them to inbox me, and ask them if they want to come to that event, and have them come, because I really want to see you guys in person. All right, so it was great talking to you guys. I will have to see you next time, because I gotta go meet with my client. And oh great, thanks Ella. And I will definitely put you down, and once I get the final date, I will let you guys know when the date is. So I will talk to you later, Dr. Demetria Lambert, and until next time, see you later.